Dana White, you need to talk about your promotion skills and you, Dana, Dana, because I think you should no longer, sorry, Dana, I think you should no longer be the promoter of the UFC because I feel like, yeah, Dana White, you've been there for a while, but some things you have to let go, you know? It's kind of like Ronaldo in the World Cup. Yeah, he had his heydays, man. Back in the day, Ronaldo was balling out. He was so class. But now, Ronaldo's a shell of his former self. And I feel like Dana, everyone has a run. Mike Tyson had a run. Everyone had a run. Conor McGregor had a run. Everybody has a run. They're running. Then they reach the peak. Once they reach the peak, they go down, 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 down. However, you can prevent how far you fall from leaving early. And that's why I believe Dana White could step down as the promoter of the UFC. Dana is just no longer excited anymore in terms of anything UFC related. Dana White is almost throughout in multiple parts just chilling on his phone, just sitting there like he's on his couch or something. I understand, Dana, you're a busy person, or you got a lot of business endeavors. Your phone's pretty important to you, right? But Dana, the biggest fights in the world are happening here, right? To see who's the best in the world. And you're just chilling on your phone. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Text message there, or Instagram reel, whatever. Dana, if there's all, all you need to see is what? If it's a 15 minutes, if it's a featured fight, and the main event. You should be watching that if you're seriously as excited as was before, but you're no longer excited. You're just chilling on your phone. A prime example of that is when Maravis Piorian, Marab double leg, I think it was a double leg. He double legged Piorian, had him on his shoulder like he was his flipping dad, and Dana White didn't even notice. He didn't even notice. Someone sitting next to him, I think it was Hunter Campbell, had to nudge him. Yo, Dana, yo, Dana, yo, Dana, yo, Dana, look. Dana just looking, oh, ha ha ha, Dana, Dana, you gotta be locked in, bro. So many other people would love the opportunity to be sitting cage side, to be live, just watching the flipping best fighters in the world fight to see who's the best. So yeah. Also, Dana White doesn't announce cards with excitement anymore. He just doesn't give a shit, to be honest. Like Conor McGregor fight week, I'll admit Apex, just literally Kana versus Max International Fight Week. Literally. Dana, you gotta have more passion, man. And to be fair, Dana did like make a little show, and I think he announced Chimaev Strickland. Yeah, when he made that little show, I thought maybe yo Dana, maybe you're making some changes. But then, guess what? He just went back to announcing shit on his phone. Oh, Dana is so much more excited on other ideas. Other ideas that Dana White's focused on is just Zuffa, Zuffa boxing. The thing about Zuffa boxing is, I believe Dana White is actually trying for Zuffa boxing. He's actually there. He's bothered. He's actually promoting that shit. This is actually, 'cause I think he owns it. So obviously he owns that shit. He's making money from that shit. So yeah, but Dana White is more focused on that and power slap as well. Power slap is so um it's so reels dominant. It's so tailored towards reels and stuff. Like you see on your TikTok feed, it's like and I'm not a fan of it. It's some bullshit sport, like two people slapping each other, mate. Like I don't, mate. So if you see someone walking down the street that's famous on power slap, I'm gonna be like, yo, that slap was incredible the other day. Oh, that slap was so sick, he knocked him out. Nah, man, that's some gimmick shit. Like mothers should compete in that. Like mothers slap their kids, bro. Not grown people, not grown men slapping each other. Come on, man. That's unmanly. Dana, wherever the money is, that's where Dana is. So if he's making money from it, I don't blame the guy. But if you really, truly, truly love that, you should focus on that instead of focusing on the UFC. My solution. Imagine a new UFC president. Imagine somebody else that just instead of Dana White, because I can't lie, Dana White doesn't have a say in matchmaking anymore. He doesn't have a say in certain things. He's just like he's just there now. He's just the face, if you know what I mean. He's just in charge. Like if there's a big pay-per-view, he will just be the guy in the middle asking, yo, you who's next? Or your question, or your question. Or he'll get asked questions about where we going to next. Or Dana, Dana White's there. He's just the chief. Like he's like a principal. You know when you're in school, you rarely see the principal to be honest. But when there is a new principal, everyone's talking about it. Oh, he's a new principal, and then the principal comes on stage and says, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." And the thing is, normally the principal doesn't deliver. But if someone came in to the UFC and said, "Yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that," he will do it because he's gonna be severely pushed back by social media and stuff like that. So there was a new UFC president, which hopefully there is in the distant future, then I feel like a lot of things probably won't change, but it's just fresh blood, innit? Because Dana White, I just don't like the guy. I'm not a fan of Dana White anymore. And Dana White is just, like Dana White is just not a great guy now. There's a clip of him slapping his wife. Like, again, I don't know why he did that. I think his wife obviously slapped him first, but if someone attacks you first and you attack them back, if it's in general, then that's obviously justified. However, if that was allowed and you were allowed to hit a female back, then a lot of people would be getting in trouble. A lot of women would be getting hurt. Because obviously men are stronger than women, but I digress. I digress. So the idea I believe is they could make some sort of contender series into like a reality TV show for Paramount Plus, where basically Dana White goes around the world, or there's a short list of people that are up there to become UFC president, and Dana White asks, "Yo, this is what I do. What would you do in this position? Or this." And if Dana White actually was thinking smart, because the guy's aging, well, the youngest like 50 something, I think, and he quite frankly doesn't give a shit anymore. And I'm gonna have to make a video on the people behind the actual UFC because Dana White doesn't really have a say anymore. It's Hunter Campbell, and I forgot the other matchmaker's name because I'm not really tapped into that. But the matchmaker. No, 1 second. Yeah, sorry for the little delay, but the actual the matchmaking is held by Sean Shelby and the business officer is Hunter Campbell. Hunter Campbell, the thing about Hunter Campbell is that guy, he looks evil, bro. Like the way he looks, just evil Don. Like, Shelby and Hunter Campbell, they're the people that should be getting all the slack, but Dana White is the bald dude gets there and his face is plastered on everything. That's why Dana White really gets the blame. However, it actually is Sean Shelby and Hunter Campbell, and I probably will make a video about them later on. But I feel like there should be some sort of new UFC president. And if they make some sort of contender series where they discover Dana White replacement, and it's plastered on everywhere, and they make a new episode every week, man, I feel like that would be do good, and I feel like that'll make a lot of money. But Dana White should be replaced, man, because the guy doesn't give a shit anymore. And seriously, you go up to Dana White and you ask him, name 10 non-champions, like name 10 non-champions. I genuinely feel like he would struggle to answer that. But if you ask him that question, like in 2011, 2013, he will do it in a heartbeat. It just shows Dana White doesn't give a toss anymore. And put quite frankly, Dana White should be replaced, man, because there is a lot of positive people in the MMA base. You got Daniel Cormier, you got John Anik, a lot of people that actually care and love for the sport. And if you find someone like them that actually is the president, I feel like that'll be good things for the UFC.